everybody, it's Brian. And this is Nick here. And this is the season finale for the first season. This is episode 10 of Review the World TV.
I'm so excited. This so far should be the longest episode of the season so far. We've got a lot of action-packed stuff in store for you folks.
Oh, it's going to be great, man. Kick back, enjoy the show.
I'm so excited. I'm going to pour me a glass of Mountain Holler.
It's going to be awesome.
What's up, Review the World? This is Jess.
And this is Didge.
Here at the site of my terrible wipeout 11 years back. I tried to come down this hill on my brother's broken rollerblades with no brakes. And
well, the thing is, we were all riding something that day, and Steve came down it. And Steve, I know, has been a rollerblader.
He's been a fruit booter for years.
Yeah, he was a rollerblader for quite some time, and as he came down it, and I remember him telling me what had happened. He was like, you know, I've been rollerblading for a long time, and I was scared coming down it, and he barely made it. You were going fast. So you, you only been on rollerblades, what, a couple times before then?
never. Roller skates, yeah, but
you know, roller skates and rollerblades are a couple different things, but you decided that, you know, this couldn't end badly.
Right.
Coming down here on roller skates.
And there was bushes here, but I totally, when I passed them up, I was like...
So that was your safety net, was that if it gets too crazy, you were going to try to dive into the bushes.
I was kind of laughing it off in the video. I'm just like, whoa, whoa, whoa. But when I got to the gap...
And see, I was actually, you know, I was recording that video 11 years ago. I was standing right about here. And as Jesse approached me, I took a few steps back, and right here, he landed, like, take a step forward, Didge. Yeah. Right about there, his back hit, and then walk forward about 6 steps.
Like,
he slid, yeah, all the way.
Well, honestly, I did make the gap, but when I hit it, all my weight was on the back of my head.
You went back.
Completely went off.
Funnest time ever.
Scraped the hell out of my back. Whoa! Oh, shit! Oh, shit! Oh, fuck. It probably bleeding all over the day. Yeah.
Alright, this is kind of a redemption, so to speak. I gotta ask you, does it look higher now, 11 years later?
Because you guys were asking me, was I scared at that point? No, I wasn't scared at all then. I'm frightened now.
Well,
there's no logical reason for you to do this.
I'm gonna go to the bottom. I'll see you down there, hopefully in one piece.
Totally killed my arm.
This was going to happen again 11 years later.
Kids, the lesson here is if you fucked up once and you try it again, you're going to do it the same exact thing.
Oh, his arm is all rashed out. Oh.
That's the last time.
The arm's a little rawer.
Howdy, partner. You're watching Review the World TV.
So right now we're at Rally's, and I've sworn off a lot of fast food, but Rally's is my go-to. I absolutely love Rally's, and today we're going to be trying out some of the food and letting you know what we think. Behind us, though, I would feel bad if I didn't mention, this used to be a Hollywood Video. I worked there. I was actually one of the managers way back in the day. And
I also worked there.
Didn't you meet your ex-wife there?
I met my ex-wife there. We worked together.
That's awesome.
So another thing I would want to do is a werewolf movie.
You eating it?
You gonna be a zombie?
Alright, what I got, the double rally burger with cheese. I know it sounds simplistic and it doesn't look like a whole lot, but it's money, man. As far as sandwiches go, burgers, this is mine. I also got the Rally seasoned fries. They're a local legend. I mean, you gotta have the seasoned fries. It's hard to talk. I feel like all the moisture in my mouth just got sucked out, but you also have to get the apple pies. I know what you're saying. Oh, McDonald's has good apple pies. Bullshit. These are deep fried, and then they're glazed with fucking cinnamon. That is a mutant apple pie, and it is amazing. Eddie, what are you eating?
Well, I've got some fries, but you know what? There's something wrong with this table. I think it shrank or something. I got some fries. I got a Frankenburger, as I call it. They don't make them anymore, calling them the Texan whatever burger, but it's basically a double cheeseburger with barbecue sauce and onion rings.
Thanks for watching.
Action.
You're watching Review the World TV!
Yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's got a bad rap.
The weather today, too, is...
Dude, it's so nice.
I mean, I was all week, I was checking like 45 degrees.
Yeah.
Alright, it's a beautiful day, and me and Nick just got back from the store, and we picked up limited edition Doritos, Salsa Rio flavors. Now, before we talk about this one specifically, there was also another flavor, sour cream and chai.
Which they actually do, you know, they have it advertised on the back.
Oh, okay, there it is. Sour cream and onion it is. And I think that was from the 80s. So these are, I believe, old school flavors that are being reintroduced to the markets in a limited edition capacity.
They're even using kind of the old school logo
Which
and
I like.
coloring, which I love. Like, I kind of, you know, I like how a lot of food companies have been doing that.
I'm a sucker for retro packaging.
Yeah.
You know, I am a nostalgia guy at heart. Without any further ado, though, underneath the beautiful sun, I just gotta try these things, man. Got a nice golden red hue. You can see all the little seasonings on there, just sparkling in the sun. This is nice. It's very tomatoey. Almost, you know, on a blind taste test, you might be able to fool somebody and tell them that this is a pizza flavored Dorito. I could see that working because it's a little cheesy and it's a little tomatoey. There might be a small hint, and given that it's salsa, I could see of maybe like some lime, but definitely tomatoey, and it's got some zest to it, a little bit of heat. It's not such a radically different flavor that it's really going to stand out from the pack, but Doritos, as kind of a rule of thumb, are usually pretty good. So I don't think you'd be disappointed, but these probably aren't going to blow, you know, your socks off when you're sitting there on the couch on Sunday morning chilling. All right, well, Nick, I think I know you're a Doritos guy.
Yeah, I've always been a big fan. Cool Ranch is my favorite variety. I want to get one of these, though, that...
I like the taco myself.
Yeah. I specifically dug one out with a lot of flavor on this one. Look how this one is peppered up. I want to see what we got going on here. Yeah. Right away, I see exactly what Ryan's talking about. Like, they taste like pizzerias. Like, if you didn't tell anyone, like, hey, have some pizza Doritos, they would just eat them and go, hey, these are delicious, like, and wouldn't think twice about it.
Are you picking up? Because the more I've had a couple now, and the more I noticed that there is some heat, there is an element of spice to it.
Yeah,
that's kind of prevalent, more so than I'd say the mainstream variety.
And they're really good too. Like for something that it does have a spice to it, it's also kind of light. Like it doesn't have like a heavy flavor. It's kind of light on the tongue, even though it does have the heat on the back.
I think, you know, there might be more complexity to it than I originally assumed. Just tasting this one again, I am noticing that kind of citrusy, you know, quality to it.
Look at that.
There you go. Well, overall, Nick, how are you feeling letter grade wise? I feel pretty confident in giving this a solid grade. The B plus range I feel comfortable with.
As a Dorito guy and just kind of taking my grading scale on the Dorito, I'd give this an A+.
Awesome.
You know, they're really good. I could see, you know, sitting down to with the game, you know,
yeah, and
eating some of these. You know, really good. I'm really impressed.
Well, without any further ado, goodbye, cruel world.
See you later.
Ah! All right, we are back, and we have even more Doritos. Yeah, feeling like corn chips. Now, these ones, I found the last bag at a Big Lots. I went specifically in search of these, and I turned up the last bag. I'm being joined by Review the World newcomer Neil.
Hi.
And anything you want to plug? That you got a website?
Not really. That sweatshirt. Yeah, I know. Can there just be a whole episode of this sweatshirt that I have on?
We got a musician here.
Yeah.
Seek him out, you know.
Yeah.
You guys know.
Neil Meyer, thank you much.
You guys know Jesse. Anyway, these
the HBO series The Wire.
Oh yeah, there you go. Any fans? Fit that into your queue. So these are actually retro flavor. These came out, I think, in the late 80s. Somebody out there knows and is going to correct me. There are Dorito nerds.
So that means
people nerds
like
out there,
these, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I've been told flavor. They taste a lot like the Cool Ranch.
No.
And you can kind of see it. It's got the green crystal, the flavor crystals, all that good stuff. But yeah, grab one of these guys and let's just get our honest thoughts here.
Now, does this also mean that someone was clamoring enough for these that they asked for them, or Doritos?
It's like a fan club of
or did Doritos say, okay, we've got this like in our Dorito vaults,
inventory,
and we're just gonna put it back out?
It's
there.
like Disney every 5 years out of the vault.
Exactly.
This ain't no. I can tell you, this ain't no Beauty and the Beast.
Is it Pocahontas 2?
I could just finish this bag. It's so good.
Yeah, they're actually pretty damn good. We gotta save the other guys some.
To me, it really doesn't feel that much different from the Cool Ranch.
It is very similar.
Like,
honestly, on a blind taste test, it doesn't have a kind of a spice like the Cool Ranch does, but it's definitely
it's like the same kind of spice, but there's just a little bit less of it.
Yeah,
there.
peel back some. Well, let's see what the other guys got to say about these. But overall, it looks like we're all digging them.
I'd buy a bag.
Alright, we're going to take a stab at these sour cream and onions.
You're gonna stab him?
Yeah.
Okay.
Stab them with your tongue.
You almost didn't say tongue.
Have you ever been tongue stabbed by a balding white man?
First, you gotta smell it like it's wine.
Yeah, get in there and really get the nuance.
And you really want to look at the color. It's kind of an orgasmic experience if you derive orgasms from the rotten asshole of a road-killed skunk.
Hello.
Hey, I gotta say, like, it has kind of a Funyun aftertaste.
Okay.
Onion, that's what I'm thinking.
Like I love Cool Ranch Doritos. So like I can see where people, where the
It's
other
like
guys are saying like the comparison.
They're really
it's
bland.
there, but it doesn't have the bite that Cool Ranch does.
It doesn't have the kick. It's slightly bland. But I do get the Funyuns that you're talking about.
And they're kind of lightly seasoned like Doritos were before they went into like the Cooler Ranch and the Nacho Cheesier.
Extreme.
Yeah.
Before they got extreme.
But I gotta say, these are really good. They're fresh. They're not overpowering.
Fresh. What if they're like a week old stale?
Yeah. I've eaten stuff out of
Tune
garbage.
in next week for stale. Stale.
You mean these are
Sour
not?
cream and onion.
We've been joined by
Bruce Wayne James, the Boston Terrier extraordinaire, and also food connoisseur. There you go, bud. Get it.
Yeah.
There we go. Now tell me what you think. Quite chewy.
that sound. It's kind of, I don't know if it's revolting or enticing. It's sort of, it's a balance beam.
All right, now what flavors are these?
Actually, let me go ahead and tell you. It's the succulent flavor of baby back ribs, smothered with sweet hickory barbecue sauce. Then, to light up your senses, and I think Bruce might be feeling this, a taste of spicy chipotle peppers with wicked afterburn.
Yeah, he's feeling the wicked afterburn. He needs a drink now.
Yeah, he's licking his chops.
Are you all right, bud?
Now the whole gimmick is that these are bigger, bolder, and thicker. It's new Doritos Jacked.
I think the cameraman just stepped in some
I gotta tell you, they are thicker, but they just, to me, it makes them taste more stale. It's actually like you're eating a piece of cardboard.
Yeah. Get him, Bruce.
Yeah. You guys can share one like a piece of spaghetti. Got a little lady in the jam.
Which one's which?
I'm the lady.
The other flavor of Doritos Jacked was cheesy enchilada. I wasn't feeling bold enough to throw that in my shopping bag with a straight face.
That is a...
But
sometimes you can just go with too much flavor.
yeah,
Try and keep it simple.
you get that barbecue, that kind of smoky. There's definitely a artificial smoky quality to it. But then that chipotle pepper at the end, it does have some kick.
Now I'm
These
feeling
are by
chipotle
far
pepper.
probably the spiciest Doritos they've ever marketed.
That's spicy. I need tubs.
Oh, Tubbs root beer. Okay.
We're going. Say goodbye, man.
Impromptu.
Holy cow.
But well, just looking at it, there's so much
it's
flavor
completely
dust.
covered.
There's so much flavor dust on there.
It's kind of like
Trending
That's
something you trade on East Avenue.
Now on Twitter, flavor dust.
Flavor dust trending worldwide.
I'm gonna go ahead and get
Thanks,
in on
Dwayne.
this.
Yeah.
It's kind of like there's not a chip there. They just found a way to harden the flavor dust.
Yeah.
Like just
Now
smelling them, I feel like I'm in a smokehouse, like some kind of.
Like you're at a barbecue joint. Now the thicker chip. What do you think about that? Because to me it just
The thicker chip really doesn't add anything. It's just like I just have two at once.
Yeah.
Somehow, or like either like I took a whole chip and like mashed it and put it in my mouth at once, and that's just a bite.
yeah. Oh.
She just broke into it.
Nick probably knows Doritos better. Nick's probably our resident expert on Doritos.
Like Brian was saying, like because it's thicker, it comes off as stale. Like you just saw, it just snapped right the hell off on the ground.
Yeah.
They're not bad. I'm not a big barbecue guy. It does have a kind of a sweet, like smoky after effect.
A little tangy.
Don't switch up what works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, Doritos work just the regular way they are.
Yeah, like I think that
Let's feed one to the...
Over the years, Doritos been a little too hard to get too fancy. And
Well, what do you think?
What was wrong about these others?
Ooh.
They're so much better now after tasting that.
Yeah. There you go. So,
This is Brian. You're watching Review the World TV. It's your boy Brian. I'm here with the punk rock legend Eddie Michaels.
What's up?
Maxing and relaxing. Now we're in a very, urban, very broken down part of society and of our town. And what better place than amongst, the cracked, crumbling, brownstone, than to look at two cartoon dolls. What a contrast. What one of your favorite words. What a juxtaposition.
Yeah.
Now this I got for $1.95 it says, but I think it was half off day at the thrift store, so likely I only paid $1 for this. It's two dolls from two of me and Eddie's favorite series. Now one of them I'm not very familiar with, but I know you are, so I'm going to let you start. Tell the world about this green-faced man with pointy ears and a turban, man. Who is this guy? What is he?
This is Piccolo from Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z. He started out as King Piccolo, and then Goku whooped his ass. So he spat out an egg, which had himself in it, and it hatched and grew up to become Piccolo again.
Oh my god.
No way.
He went from being a villain to a hero.
As the best characters. That's Shakespearean even, I think.
Yeah, he's actually responsible for
Maybe Emerson.
Goku's first son, Gohan, growing up, and well, he pretty much handled his training, took care of him for a few years. And
as a doll, does it carry the likeliness of Piccolo? Does it really, do you think they did a good job? As a fan, would you put that on your mantle?
I would, but I don't know.
Would you cuddle up with it at night? I mean, essentially is what the fans watching want to know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I will say though that somebody's obviously been sitting on it for a while. His back is all like bent
He's a
back.
little, yeah.
His ears are all floppy, but all in all, it's Piccolo, and I like this character. I like this doll. I'm going to give him a B+, A- area.
And you can have it, man. I award you that doll. Oh man. Now I have the Blue Ranger. Now, as a grown man, I'm almost 30 years old. There's not a lot of Power Rangers fans in my age bracket. There is one, however, and he's sitting to my right. Me and Eddie, the only two people in my circle of friends, or anybody in this town for that matter, are not only fans of the original series, obviously, but I've actually followed all the various incarnations over the last decade. Now, Ed,
Wild
you
Force and Dino Thunder.
Absolutely. Lightspeed Rescue, Jungle Force, I believe was one. There's just a whole litany. There's probably over a dozen series. Now this one, if I'm not mistaken, and looking at the date, 1993, this is from the original Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. Am I correct?
It is.
And he's our resident Power Rangers historian. So the Blue Ranger, that would be Billy.
Yes.
And,
David Yost was his actor's name.
And he was kind of the nerdy character, but he also, he had other attributes. Now, the thing about this doll that's a little disconcerting is how dirty it is. There's some stuff crusted up on his visor. There's brown stains on the tag. Just a whole, some purple. Maybe they dropped some Kool-Aid on it. Oh, yeah, kind of a yellowish.
Kind of looks like somebody took a golden shower to his chest.
Yeah. I mean, I do like the silver kind of belt. I mean, the upper body, proportionately, it's not very, realistic, but, it's fun. Not a bad figure. I'm not reviewing this figure in general. I'm reviewing the specific one. And that being said, with, the nastiness abound, I'm going to have to put this at a C+, even though it is a Power Ranger.
Yeah.
Now, this is what Lord Zed should have done. He shouldn't have concocted these crazy sci-fi fantasy plots to try to kill them. He should have simply just done this.
Oh, man.
Now, our third item today Speak to me. Our third item today. I mean, look around. I'm not on the set of a post-apocalyptic film. You know, there's no action heroes waiting to save the day. The last one today is a Happy Meal toy. This is from the Batman, The Brave and the Bold. Now, I know a lot of the comic book and Batman fans, they gave up on the various Batman cartoons. Because, hell, there's, what, a half dozen or more of them? The Brave and the Bold, however, is severely underrated. I liked it. It's a very, I wouldn't say tongue-in-cheek, but it is a funnier series. They like to poke fun at the comic book mythos. This particular character, you know him, you love him, it's Joker. Now, he has a button on his back. I don't know what it's supposed to do. Possibly, I would say shoot water, but there's no compartment. Maybe he had a voice activation. He's supposed to laugh, perhaps. I don't know. But again, something about this environment, again, I just feel so destructive. I mean, Joker, it's not that I don't like you, but for the purposes of the people watching at YouTube, they don't want just another toy review. They want fireworks, you know? You're watching Review the World TV.
Hey, this is Nick, and coming up next is the Funky Fusion chips.
Hey Nick, catch!
Whoa.
Watch out!
How's it going, folks? We're here to review some potato chips, and I'm a big potato chip fan. You know, love to sit around on a Sunday watching the game, eating some chips.
These are all natural, dirty potato chips. Now, I guess they just didn't clean the dirt off. So, it's a new flavor, and it's
Funky Fusion.
Yeah. So it's kettle cooked in a premium oil, blended, and I don't even know what those are. It's tastier potato chip, okay? So because they got the dirt, and you know what?
They're
We're gonna
$1.50,
taste this
so
little bit. It's gonna be funky, and it's fused with dirt. So you get a foldy. I like the foldies out of this potato chip.
I'm not even gonna smell it. I'm just gonna go for it.
It's barbecue flavored.
Yeah, and
It doesn't say nothing about being barbecue flavored.
no,
If that's funky fusion, it's
I hope
bitter
it's
too.
barbecue.
It's bitter too.
I don't.
Well, I mean,
This
as opposed to
Looks like some garlic powder, some turmeric, paprika,
yeah,
onion powder.
wait. Dirty potato chips are all natural, cholesterol free, kettle cooked in peanut oil blend. I guess that's the Funky Fusion. Kosher certified.
this is not kosher.
It contains no MSG.
Ugh.
No artificial colors.
I
no
hate
artificial flavors.
barbecue chips. Bad.
I can't even go back in anymore. That is done.
They're right. It's a flavor that's in your face. So
You know?
if you want an in your face chip, then this is for you. But
I can tell you this.
Woo!
no.
I think the makers of Red Howl, they must have had these chips in mind, because anything's better. I'm telling you, if I have something to drink right now, it could be cold piss.
I don't like
Just to wash this flavor out of my mouth. This is terrible.
I do not.
Hello? You're watching Review the World TV.
Oh, hello. RTW, Poetry Corner. Another poem, another corner. Jim was somewhere in the jungles of China. God, I could go for some Taco Bell right now, he said and laughed. He was part of a wilderness survival club. He wondered what his brother Bill would think. Jim was always such a warrior growing up, but here he was by himself in the middle of a foreign country. He learned wilderness survival skills in the club, read books, watched instructional videos, etc. He still wasn't sure why he decided to do it in the first place. He found he was talking to himself quite a lot to cure boredom. He'd also sing songs aloud. Last night he dined on a rat and a frog he captured. Melissa, I'm eating animals. I know you'd be upset, but well, I don't really care. Melissa was an ex-lover of Jim's. She was a vegetarian and bad kisser. He never loved her. Eve, I hope they're taking care of you. Daddy misses your wet nose. A call to his cat Eve. He'd found her in an alley in the city after eating Chinese food one night. He'd ordered beef and broccoli. It tasted like shit. His fortune cookie that night read, "Good thing are being said about you." He saved it because he liked that it was in broken English. He almost asked for the waiter's phone number that night, but lost his nerve. Instead, he headed to his apartment, stopping at the corner store for some oranges and cat food. "Eve, do you miss chin scratches?" "I bet you do." He'd fallen off a cliff. Holy shit! He was in a river, dazed. "Man, who put that deadly cliff here?" "Melissa, I never liked your fondue, baby." He felt he could be honest here in the middle of nowhere. They went to Chicago together once. He farted on the subway, and she was so embarrassed she wept. You're watching Review the World TV. I'm out here in the thick of it in the wilderness, which sort of goes hand in hand with the next item on today's show. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, ABCs for a Better Planet. Now when I was first flipping through this book, I thought it was weird that the alphabet, it was all, you know, it took me a while to actually realize the Better Planet part of the title. This is actually quite ahead of its time. It's basically essentially a book about going green, you know, 10 plus years before the concept was really popularized through the media. Now I haven't looked at this book extensively, I've just thumbed through it, but there's a lot of interesting illustrations if nothing else. I mean, I don't know if you're looking for ideas for your next back tattoo, but greenhouse effect Michelangelo with his tongue sticking out would be a good choice. Flipping through here, F is for fast food. They're trying to give us some advice here. They want us to be healthier. Now you see Leonardo and Michelangelo fighting over the chicken sandwich, but you know, it gives you some ideas of some other options. D is for dolphins. B is for batteries. One of my favorites is W. It's for wells, and you see the 4 turtles sitting around the living room. That's an awfully big TV stand. The TV looks more like a microwave oven. They're eating their popcorn and they're watching a Wells documentary. Quite nice. And then X is for X-rays. You have this kind of creepy physician here, all too happy to be taking a look at the insides of Michelangelo. Anyway, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, its popularity is unmatched, and when it hit the scene so hard, it basically, every facet, you know, I mean, there was clothing, apparel, you know, lunch boxes, food items. It's just interesting to see. Obviously the comic books and the films and the cartoon are the most popular version of the Turtles lore. But then the next time you're at like a half-price bookstore or used bookshop, maybe even a thrift store, thumb through the children's section, see if you can't find some turtle stuff, because there's some weird things out there. ABCs for a Better Planet, and speaking of letters, I'm going to have to go ahead and slap a grade on this one, and I got to go with a B. Not just because it's B, because it's a pretty good product, and not just because I like the letter B, because my first name is Brian, but also because my bookmark these days is B for Bill fucking Cosby. Yep, that's right. When you're thumbing through War and Peace, when you're reading Dostoevsky, when you're reading, you know, Ginsberg, you really want to use one of these bad boys. Now follow me out of here, fans, and enjoy the rest of the show. Of course we will. this restaurant that we're going to be reviewing, it was specifically chosen by Indiana native Didge.
Yeah, man. If you come into Brookville and you want some good Mexican, there's only one place to go, and that's El Reparo, my friends. Very excellent, very high class. It used to be a Subway, but now it's something really good. So let's go on in
Without
and
any
enjoy.
further ado, let's get the whole gang together and go get some food, man.
Yes.
Yes, rejected it.
You still might make Sports Center.
That's the Taquitos Mexicanos, deep fried, shredded beef, guacamole salad. Jesse's over there, underneath that gigantic onion slices. Seafood enchiladas, right? Scallop, crab meat, shrimp. Jesse's my fellow seafood fan. Ditch, tell him about the manager's
The manager's special has got the carne asada steak, rice, beans.
Lots of cheese.
Lots of cheese. Yeah, a lot of the white cheese.
Nick, the usual.
The fingers and fries, man.
I don't stray from the path very often.
Keep it simple, keep it safe. Down here, we've got enchiladas. What are you eating, Neil?
I got cheese enchilada and a spinach quesadilla.
Awesome. Yeah. You're walking home.
Little hoity-toity.
What's salad? What the hell?
So it's a taquito. It's got shredded beef, peppers, onions, and stuff on the inside. You get some sour cream guacamole salad. He was not leading us wrong.
No, I wouldn't lie to you. I never lie. Just like the cookies at Kroger that they don't make anymore.
Did you tell her the story, honey?
I'm coming for you. Make them
Now Reparo, man, it's delish.
Did you tell them the Kroger story?
Well, dinner's over. As you can see, our table's cleared out. Hardly any plates left. Everybody had an excellent meal, I'd have to say. You guys, you have a good meal?
As always, fairly good.
Yeah. Closing for me, gonna try a refried bean fry. Don't know why, but I've been told by my producer, my line producer, it's gotta happen.
It's the money shot.
Thanks for watching season finale. It's been real. Enjoy the rest of the show.
Watch Review the World TV. We're all fucking killing you.
Okay.
Hey everybody, Brian here.
Eddie.
And something that I like to do that I always thought was kind of unusual and maybe not very common is I like to put lemon slices in my beverages, be it cola or iced tea. So I was very surprised when I found on a store shelf Harbro, which is a German company, Lemon Fresh Happy Colas. Lemon cola hybrid candies with a sugary sour coating. Yeah, this is definitely up my alley, at least in terms of, in theory. We'll see how it actually tastes.
Yeah, we will.
Ed, step in.
Tastes like a lemon head. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Candy. Of course you do.
Oh
You
yeah.
know more about them than I would.
But no, you're right. But on the back end, there is a little bit of that cola.
Yeah, but it kind of tastes a little bit more like root beer than cola.
It's hard to capture cola in candy form. I think we've all probably encountered a sucker or hard candy, and it is kind of an unusual thing to do. You know, I like these. Again, I guess they might not be universally loved, but what the hell? It's a walrus.
Cuckoo ka-choo.
No, these are not bad at all. So let's get Nick's opinion on this.
All right. I'm gonna preface this with saying that typically these kind of like extra like sour, sugary kind of like gummy candies, I'm not a big fan of. So I'm hoping that doesn't actually take away from the flavor of this. You know, it's kind of weird. Like right away, like the lemon jumped out, but then almost immediately, like there was a cola wash with it. And like Brian had said, it's kind of hard to capture that cola, partly because like part of the flavor of cola is the carbonation. So I mean, that's always kind of lost. But I mean, not my cup of tea per se, but I mean they're not bad. If you're into lemon, you're into cola, you probably like these.
All right. Well, overall, I like these a lot. I'm going to go somewhere in the A margin. Again, as Nick said, maybe not necessarily for everybody. A lot of times when I eat candy on this show, a little known fact, a lot of times I pitch it because I just have so much junk at home. Same thing for the cheap toys that I review. But these I think I'm actually going to hold on to and snack on for the next couple weeks. it's Brian. I jumped in my time machine. I'm back in Cincinnati in like the 1920s, and you're watching Reveal World TV.
Hey, wait.
Well, one of my favorite skits, it's actually one of the first ones that we filmed when we started filming again, and it was actually the Nintendo 3DS gummies piece. And one of the reasons I liked is it incorporated both the review and kind of the jackassery that we do. Because, I mean, one, it's a great item to review. I mean, come on, Nintendo 3DS gummies, man, those are good. And then on top of that, you know, I kind of like the skit that we did afterwards because we filmed it in a Little League baseball field. And, you know, I kind of like the skit where, you know, afterwards we had Brian set up as the pitcher and Didge set up as the hitter, and he took the shot right in the face, ended up landing on Ed, and you know, just every time I see it, it still puts a smile on my face and makes me laugh. So I'd probably have to say that would be my favorite.
Hello folks, I've been hunting and searching through the wild thicket bushes and the cavernous spots of the wild Fairfield, Ohio, and you are watching Review the World TV. Ah!
Hey everybody, welcome to Talking Film with RTW. I'm Brian.
I'm Jess.
And we're two film fanatics. I mean, I was a film studies minor in school, alternative traditions in cinema, Stan Brakhage shit, Italian cinema, all that stuff. But we're going to talk we're going to each talk about a movie that we saw recently that we didn't like, and one that we enjoyed. I'm going to go first. A movie I saw recently that I did not like was Apollo 18. And it's a horror film in the vein of like Blair Witch Project, found footage. That's a new term, where we find tapes of these people who perished. And this one is about astronauts who went up to the moon. They find a Russian craft up there, and basically there's some kind of a creature, an alien life form. The reason that it didn't work, and I actually do like that genre, and it's a polarizing genre.
Yeah.
The Last Broadcast, several films kind of.
Whoa! Oh, what?
I feel like I was just in a horror film. But no, there are films within that genre that I like. I didn't like this one. One of the main reasons was that you never got into the characters of the astronauts. They really didn't build up any backstory. Yeah, they were completely wooden, so didn't do a lot for me.
The movie I saw that was quite bad was called The Best and the Brightest. It stars Neil Patrick Harris, who I love.
Yeah.
Basically, it's about him going to New York with his wife and trying to get their daughter into an elite prep school. The movie immediately takes a ridiculous turn to the badly comedic. And the other reason I wanted to watch it because there's Amy Sedaris in it.
Okay.
Who's always funny on Late Night with Conan, and her husband's a comic writer. And dear God, it went off a cliff. It was just bad.
What year was this made? 'Cause I haven't heard of this.
It was last year.
Okay.
There's a very interesting scene where he goes into a swing club with Shooter McGavin, who's actually in it.
From Gilmore.
Yeah, and it just falls off a cliff. It's so bad. The plot points are just. They have a daughter. The daughter they're trying to get into prep school. For some reason, they're always going to do things without her, and we don't even know who's watching this kid. I mean, just really bad writing.
Bad screenplay.
Terrible.
Okay, for me, a film that I have enjoyed recently, I saw a few weeks back, is called Baghead. And it's also kind of a horror film, do-it-yourself, very, indie aesthetic, using digital video. It's from the Duplass brothers, and they have a new movie that just was released. They're starting to do more major films. They did Cyrus last year, their first one was called The Puffy Chair, and they were one of the few people that started the mumblecore movement. And that's look it up. I don't have the time to get into it at the moment. But their first film was this kind of do-it-yourself film about these two brothers that are on this crazy road trip trying to get this chair they bought off eBay for their father. Well, Baghead is completely different. It's about a group of 4 people, 2 guys, 2 girls. They go out to the woods to write a movie, essentially. Well, when they get out there, they come up with the idea of this guy who's stalking them with a bag on his head. Well, little do they know that there is somebody stalking them with a bag on his head. There is some twists and turns, but Well, you know, it's a horror film, but it's also kind of a talky, you know, indie slacker, and it's really cool, and it's actually got a heart, which any mainstream slick Hollywood production, any of these remakes, you're not going to find a heart, you know, in your horror films. This one actually, you know, there's a tender moment towards the end of the hospital with two of the brothers. Good film, check it out.
Well, I won't go too long. Something I saw that was pretty good, I won't say it's great, was Horrible Bosses.
Okay,
Comedy.
yeah, that's fun.
Jason Bateman, Arrested Development. Charlie Day from Sunny in Philly.
Yeah, great show.
I'm not a big fan of that one, but he was great in the movie. There's so many cameos and random appearances. A lot of sight gags that were funny to me. The bosses were over the top, really over the top. Jennifer Aniston, Craven Cock. Colin Farrell, this is a complete douchebag that doesn't live in this world. It's just so. Kevin Spacey though is always good at making someone feel like a piece of shit.
Yeah.
And that's his main objective in this movie. But it's decent. Check it out.
So it's a fun kind of comedy.
It's a fun comedy. It's raunch.
Yeah. Well, that was the inaugural edition of Talking Film with RTW. We got a lot more stuff planned, so keep checking it out, and let's go catch a movie. Dude. I think we can catch that late showing. You're watching
Review the World TV.
All right, Brian's back here again with Nil and Dusty. Yep. And right now, do you guys remember? You guys know Slurpees?
Sure.
You know all those types of drinks. Well, are you guys familiar with Icee?
Yeah.
I used to get them at Kmart when I was a kid. Well, now there's all this officially licensed Icee candy. Besides these two, there was also a ripoff of like Fun Dips, and then they also had like I think like a hard candy version. But I have the spray candy, and this what do they call it? What's the official term? Squeeze candy. Anyway, they had cherry and blue raspberry. I was a blue raspberry fan growing up, so I don't know how three men can share a squeeze candy. Yeah. I guess we just have to. It's gonna.
Yeah. Do you do it into your hand? Oh, okay. No, straight from. It's all over everything. Oh gosh.
That's actually.
I can smell it.
Look, it's his O face.
It's a little It's a little sour, but I actually.
Wait a minute.
It is sour.
Holy mackerel.
But it does remind me of. Whoa! Son of a biker gang. It does remind me of the blue Icee. I'm familiar with.
Can't take my glasses off after all that.
Yeah. You don't want to get.
It's gonna get everywhere. That's some strong stuff right there.
It is.
You lipped it. Now we can't use it anymore. On all the fun.
Oh, you did a nice shot of that.
I didn't mean to.
Good stuff.
Oh, look at that face. Bitter beer face.
As an adult, you know, with the starting palate, maybe not your favorite thing. But take yourself back to 7-year-old Nil.
I remember
Tell us about him.
Like the ooze and the goo and like
all that crap.
This feels like that one like hit of that I just took felt like half a bottle of that because it's so thick,
very concentrated,
and so viscous.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember the things like
it tastes like sour worms in a squeeze bottle.
yeah, like you melted a bag of trolley gummy worms.
Yeah,
and it's just in a tube now.
So that I mean, it was kind of cool. This one actually, as far as package goes, it actually looks like an Icee. So thumbs up to that. Now I haven't had anything spray, you know, unless it's like suntan lotion. I'm down in Florida catching some rays, so I'm kind of curious how this is gonna work. Hell. That hit me right in the back of the throat, man. Taking me back to prom night.
Now you know what Katie Morgan feels like. Who thought of that?
Again, it's very sour. This one, the other one, I could. I could sense the Icee qualities on the first one. Not so much the second one. It's more so just a sour hit.
This thing is just dangerous overall.
Yeah, kids should probably be adult supervision required.
Are these the same flavor?
Yeah, they're supposed to be blue raz.
Well, they taste identical. But just one of them's spray and one of them's mango.
Well, this one, like to me, it actually feels more like a slush puppy, like you had, like the competing, like frozen.
Which
I actually prefer a slush puppy to an Icee, but you know, because it used to be with a slush puppy as opposed to like the one thing that mixes that you pull out, you would put in your ice and then you would squeeze your flavor. This just feels like it's a bucket of that squeezy flavor in this can that's like 400 psi.
Yeah. Going chemistry class. Absolutely. And you know, Slush Puppy, I think it was more of a Midwestern thing. I don't know if it was quite national, so look it up, Google it if you've never heard of it.
Yeah.
But Blue Raspberry and Lemon Lime, which was the green one's Slush Puppy, was my childhood favorite. Oh yeah. Well, let's let the other guys try these. Okay.
On the streets of Brookville.
Yeah, we're on location in Indiana. I failed to mention that.
Alright, I'm going to take a shot at the man-goo, as I believe one of the guys referred to it earlier.
We'll refer to it as alien goo. I think that's a little bit more PC.
We've got the squeeze candy, blue raspberry. I'm going to take a shot. Never been a squeeze candy fan.
Shot the appropriate term to...
I think so. We're going to go with it. It gives it kind of an illegal connotation that I don't know.
Oh my god. Oh.
It's like...
No, I got a little on me.
On this, yeah, dude.
Wow.
Woo!
You have to shake it.
That is hard.
No. Just give it a good squeeze. Oh wow! Jesse's taking it to the head.
Yeah, oh shit!
A little bit on the tongue.
Got me a little backsplash.
If you hear the lady mowing her lawn in the background, I mean that's Review the World.
I'd kill this thing, man.
It's pretty good.
It's sour, but I like sour stuff.
The blue raspberry qualities, does it come out?
Yeah, the blue raspberry. It's
like
pretty
that.
strong. It just it's a little tart for my liking.
Wait until you try the spray candy.
If I had a cup of water, I would just kill this. And just
you can just mix it in with a spoon and just...
Yeah.
All right, spray candy time, fellas.
It says avoid spraying in eyes. That's actually what I wanted to do with it. So.
Well,
I could help you out with
beggars
it.
can't be choosers.
Wow.
He actually stumbled there momentarily.
That's really good. I kind of prefer that over the squeeze candy. But I wasn't actually expecting like a jet stream of like liquid stuff. I thought it was going to be a mist. Like if you've ever had Banaka, you know, it comes in and kind of... Oh,
damn.
You sick bastard. Yeah.
You're going to have to go back to Sears for some top shelf.
This guy's a
goods.
fan. He's a big fan.
I like this stuff. I love slushy, man. I actually like Icee's more, though.
Oh.
You see, I was always a Slush Puppy fan myself, like the other guys were saying.
That's 3 votes to 1 for Slush Puppies. I think we're going to have to burn you on a stake in the backyard.
Do that. For the right.
You're watching Review the World. Up next is a real quick piece. I just want to talk about this Disney Vinylmation figure. Now the gimmick with the Vinylmation figures is that they come in these boxes, but you don't know which figure you're going to get. Now there's all kinds of different ones, Nightmare Before Christmas, Lion King, all these other Disney properties. They even have some that are based off attractions at the theme parks. Now in any given line, there's going to be upwards to 12 different figures. Again though, when you shell out your hard-earned cash, you don't know what figure you're going to get. I had this one special ordered because I really wanted this piece, and unless you've been to Walt Disney World, you might not recognize this guy. He's from the ride Carousel in Progress. It's more of a show than a ride. But basically it takes you through a family's life throughout the century, and you get to see all the new technological developments. He has 4 different outfits on, which is kind of odd, but that's from the 4 different scenes in the show. Anyway, this is just a small bit, but this is one of my favorite things that I've gotten in the last couple of years. I don't have the money I used to burn on collectibles and whatnot, but I really like this guy. If you have the collecting bug, like a lot of us do, check out the Vinylmation figures. The whole mystery that you don't know what you're going to get is part of the fun. But yeah, check it out.
You ready?
Yeah.
You're watching Review the World TV.
So I wanted to talk to you on this Q&A about my favorite moments from Season 1. And I'm just going to run through a whole list. What I hope to do with this is to remind you of some of the fun moments, but also if you haven't seen any of these yet, instead of revisiting them, check them out for the first time, because every episode was awesome. Episode 1 was one of my favorites. It had the chicken fight to start off with, which was so much fun. It was entirely spontaneous and dangerous. It also had the Red How, and the only reason I mentioned that soft drink review is because it harkens back to the earlier days of Review the World. Just getting cheap, you know, like generic soda and tasting it. That's one of our bread and butters, so to speak. It also had the alley couch, which again was awesome. You know, just going into Wait, there's a fan right here, dude. What's up, man? The alley couch, and that's basically we went to an alley, dude, and we found this disease-infested couch, and we just sat on it and reviewed it. The other thing on episode 1 that I have to mention here is a short film we did called Whatever. Yeah. And the whole concept of this film was a man married a dog toy, and at the wedding, dude, at the wedding, the dog toy left him for another man, for one of the groomsmen. That was episode 1 of the show, and it's one of the best. Now, in episode 2, one of the most beloved skits was the Game Boy Advance gummies. And the reason that was so fun, and Nick also talked about this, I know it's his favorite skit, is we went to an old baseball diamond, and we did, you know, a baseball skit with the gummies. And that was cool. Also in that episode, I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Venom and Sandman Ooze, which was this decrepit merchandise from Spider-Man 2. And it's set in my closet for 10 years, and we played with it. It was gooey, it was disgusting and gross, and a lot of fun. Episode 3, at one point was my favorite episode because it's the most random, I think, of all 10. It has Nice Guys Finish, which is a short film, a revelatory film where a man tells his best buddy why he now has a terminal disease. It's a comedy. And then there's also the Insect House, which is me and my son Owen walking through the Insect House, of course, at Cincinnati Zoo. That's a close one for me. Episode 4. The Click Candy Dispensers. It wasn't just that the candy was fun to eat and to review. We were shooting in downtown Hamilton at the courthouse, historic Hamilton, Ohio. Love to represent my hometown. Also on that episode, R.I.P. Van Buren, my elementary school and the mecca for me. You know, it's hallowed ground. And to go and shoot a video and pay tribute to its rich history, that's one of my highest honors for doing the show. If you haven't seen it, go check out that skit. And last but not least, on episode 5, was the debut of the Randy and Sanchez show. Magnificent Toy Theater is now live and in full color. Let's see, episode 5, Exploring Surf Cincinnati. That saw us go into and basically commit, you know, a felony, so to speak. We went to Surf Cincinnati, breaking and entering, and we explored the remains of the once great water park. Also in that episode, we went to Ollie's and had some fun, and I gotta give Nick big thumbs up because he suffered a nasty flesh wound that day, and he was a trooper. He kept on filming. That's the RTW spirit. So episode 6 is where we were at. Episode 6 was awesome. It had the Internet History, which is the sequel to an earlier skit, and that's where I ran across this moat, which was one of the best visuals as far as aesthetically in the entire season. Episode 6 also had the freestyle rap. I had my boy Eric Crane. I had my boy Travis Touchdown, who's open for national acts like Ghostface Killa. We all got together at my brother's house and threw down on some gangsta rap. Episode 7, still fresh in my mind. One of my favorite skits from that was playing with the Green Goblin car with my buddy Eddie. And one of the reasons I had so much fun with that skit is because we were actually at the Cincinnati Mills, my most favorite mall of all time, and we got right down on the floor and played in the food court. Awesome. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the Chocolate Toolkit review on episode 7. One of my favorite pure reviews of the entire series. It's very simple, but it captures the essence of Review the World in a way not much else has. I can't really put my thumb on it, but it's near and dear to my heart. Episode 8 just went up as the day that we're filming this a few days ago, and the highlight for me of episode 8 was picking up Eddie's guitar. This guy right here. We picked up his guitar, man, and that was a skit. We take random moments, you know, and we shine the spotlight on them, and it's real life, and, you know, it's RTW TV. Now, episode 9 I can't really talk about because it's in the process of being edited, so I don't necessarily know what's going to be on it yet. I will say this, though, about episode 9. Episode 9's got the fishing skit with Nick at the creek at Crawford Woods. One of the most beautifully, cinematography-wise, one of the best shot skits. Nick's performance was fucking Oscar level. One of the best skits I've ever had any part in the history of Review the World. So, we're out of here, man. It's been an awesome season. The next one's gonna be even better. This is Brian, and you're watching Review the World TV.
Hey, this is Nick, and coming up next is a Funky Fusion... Fuck. This is Nick, and coming up next is the Funky Fusion chips.
Hey Nick, catch!
Watch out! Hey everybody, it's Brian, and up next is the Foam Crush Rocket. Now this is one of those things that, in my history of doing Review the World, I don't know where I got this. I honestly have no recollection of ever buying this, or purchasing this, or this being lent, borrowed, or sold to me, but I have it and it's here. The package artwork, it looks like somebody was playing paintball, gone wrong. Inside, there's some sort of a air device, we'll call it. 3 darts. I have a target. We're gonna see if this works. Alright. I've loaded up my first dart, and it's already falling apart. Oh God. Whoa, that actually worked pretty good. Yeah. When it's not against a grown man's
I have
ass.
2 ideas. You are going to have to go with Ditch's idea, though. Basically, I'm going to... Hold on, we'll shoot this first. Ready?
Yeah, it's on.
This is just reaction.
Okay, well, the product, it wasn't that great, man. I'm gonna have to go somewhere in the sea. I'm gonna have to go in the sea. The sea. I never like to be by another man's asshole. What a finale, man. Oh man, it's awesome. Jam-packed, so many reviews, skits, segments. I mean, we went all out, and we hope that you guys enjoyed it.
It's been a hell of a season.
It has been, man. 10 episodes. We started off, you know, what, fall of last year?
Yeah,
and here we are.
September, I believe, is when we started filming.
And then spring now of 2012. Now, Nick, take us through the process here, because 6 years ago was the original Review the World TV, back in 2006. 6 years went by. We didn't have a lot of conversations, dialogues, contact with each other. Now, all of a sudden, you're back into the fold. You're doing the show with me. We're having fun. I mean, what's it been like to you? Kind of walk us through that process and your experiences doing the show.
Well, you know, it's been a lot of fun. You know, we've all kind of grown up over the past few years. Yeah. You know, you got married, you got kids.
Yeah.
Well, you know, a kid on the way. All I really did in the time was I broke my wrist. But, you know, that happens. And... But it's been a lot of fun, you know, seeing the guys again. We've talked about, as we get older, it's kind of fun to have an excuse to get together every couple weeks or so. Which, I mean,
essentially, I know people love the show, but for me, one of the reasons I'm doing this, my own selfish reasons, is it's an excuse to get my buddies together and to hang out. Yeah. And to have fun. I mean, it's been awesome. You know, and I want to say real quickly here, I don't want to be too long-winded, but I want to just give thanks to the guys. Eddie Michaels, who's behind the camera right now, he's been a big help.
We got Jesse Chain for... you know, he's helped a lot of filmies.
Jesse Robertson, my real close friend, Steve Smith. My son Owen's been involved in the show. We've had a couple little cameos by other people, my brother, and Nick. You know, let me just give you man. It's great to have you.
It's great to be back
doing the show, man. We've made a lot of people happy, I think, and we've definitely been having fun.
Yeah, you know, it's been a lot of fun. I'm so glad to do it, and what I really can't wait for, man. I can't wait for season 2, man.
Oh,
This fall, 2012.
I mean, the fall's a great time anyway, because you got Thanksgiving, you got Halloween, and now you're going to have season 2 of RTW
That's
TV.
Right.
Woo!
We're going to, you know, we hate that the season's got to end, but we're going to be spending a lot of time doing a lot of filming, amassing as much footage, as much reviews. I mean, let's take a seat here as you finish your final thought here. You know, I just want to say real quickly, damn, this is nice. Yeah. Oh, shit! Brian! Well, this is Brian. This is Nick. We'll see you next season.
I just want to say, life's moving at an accelerated rate. We don't know exactly the date of when we'll be back. We know it's coming. I mean, I gotta say, personally, you know, my son's about to turn 2. I have a daughter coming in a couple weeks, Nick. I mean, life is beautiful. It's crazy. It's scary, but it's awesome. And I'll see you guys on season 2.
Oh, shit! Oh, God. Ow. Stop.